morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and I was always told how to voice the radio. So today, I am here to talk a little bit more about the upcoming Chilling Reign expansion of the Pokémon trading card game. And I am here with a message for all you collectors out there, and the message is, good luck. Now, I am going to be going through this video talking about the usual way things tend to go with our sets in relation to Japanese sets. Do remember that Pokemon can do whatever they like, they can mix things up, they can cut some cards from the set. But as it stands at the moment, we are in line to have 76 secret rare cards in Chilling Reign. Now, when I say secret rares, that is the Japanese definition. Secret rare cards essentially are full arts, rainbow rares, special art, and gold cards. That is what I am defining the secret rares as here, alright? That's essentially what I'm going for. Now, Japan counts full arts as secret rares. We don't, but with hyper rare, secret rare, call them what you will, quite frankly, ladies and gentlemen. The point I'm making is there are a ridiculous amount of them coming in Chilling Reign. And we know basically how many are coming because we know how it works in terms of Japanese sets coming over to English sets. So the general rule is Chilling Reign is Sword and Shield 6. So that will be made up of Sword and Shield 6 in Japan, and that is the double set which just released this past Friday. That is Jet Black Poltergeist and Silver Lance. And it will also be made up of Sword and Shield 5A, which is Matchless Fighters. Essentially, the way it works is we don't get cards before Japan, so we cannot get Sword and Shield 5A in Battle Styles, our Sword and Shield 5, because, well, that just wouldn't really work now, would it? We'd be getting cards before Japan. So their Sword and Shield 5A comes into our Sword and Shield 6. So that means that our Sword and Shield 6, that being Chilling Reign, should have all of the full arts, golds, special arts, and rainbow rares from those three sets. And if we take a look, because those sets are out in Japan, and we know the numbers for a fact at this stage, we know that Matchless Fighters had 26 secret rares, again using the definition from Japan. We then see that Silver Lance had 25 secret rares, and Jet Black Poltergeist had 25 secret rares. And 25 plus 25 plus 26 equals 76. And to be honest with you, it could actually be 78, because I am not counting the special arts of Sandaconda and Celebi, which were not actually in those sets. They were box topper promos. So if you bought 2 boxes of Silver Lance, you got yourself the alternate art Sandaconda. And if you bought 2 boxes of Jet Black Poltergeist, you got yourself the alternate art Celebi. Yep. These are ridiculous cards. And the Celebi especially is a phenomenal card. They weren't in the sets. We will probably end up getting at least a couple of these as promos. But bearing in mind, when I'm telling you there's going to be 76 super rares, etc. in the set, I am already taking out Celebi and Sandaconda. There are 78 that we are owed from these 3 sets. And the thing is that we don't generally tend to cut these secret rares. It happens occasionally, don't get me wrong. I told you over and over again how Shiny Star V, the Japanese set, had a full art Marnie, but Shining Fates didn't have that full art Marnie. It was cut. It happens. But as a general rule, we don't tend to see many of these cards being cut between the Japanese sets and our sets. I mean, if we take a look at Battle Styles. Now, Battle Styles was a little bit different because remember that Sword and Shield 4A in Japan was Shiny Star V, and that was never going to be in Battle Styles, our Sword and Shield 5, because it was released separately as Shining Fates. So, generally speaking, Japan's mini set, their A set, so to speak, do end up coming into the subsequent set over here. There was an exception. But if we look over at Japan, in Single Strike Master, there were 21 secret rares. And in Rapid Strike Master, there were 21 secret rares. Do you want to know how many of those 42 secret rares made it into Battle Styles? 42. And we can keep playing this game if you want to. So if we go back to Vivid Voltage was made up, again, of a main set and a mini set over in Japan. So Vivid Voltage for us was made up of Astonishing Volt Tackle over in Japan and Legendary Heartbeat over in Japan. Now, Astonishing Volt Tackle had 21 secret rares. Do you want to guess how many of those 21 secret rares made it into Vivid Voltage? Yes, all of them. And then Legendary Heartbeat had actually only 18, which is a little bit less. And to be fair, 2 of them work up. There were 2 secret rares that were in Legendary Beat that did not make it into our equivalent set into Vivid Voltage. And they were the Full Art and the Rainbow Rare of Alchemy, which were taken out to be put into Champion's Path. But remember that Champion's Path was a fairly anemic set, if I'm honest with you. The thing about Champion's Path is, we didn't have many cards to put into Champion's Path. So we had to find some extras, which is why stuff like that got put in. It's why the Charizard got put in there early, which should have been in Shining Fates, because we needed something to put in there to make it a set which collectors and players, people were going to want to go and actually pick up. So I don't know how fair it is if we just look at that. But the point is, if we look at Sword and Shield 3A, 4, 4A, 5, 5A, and 6 over in Japan. If we look at the last 6 Japanese sets, there were exactly 3 secret rares that were taken out and put into other sets. I suppose 4 if you count the Charizard, but that got moved from Shining Fates to Champion's Path, so I don't know if I'm particularly buying that, if I'm honest with you. The point I'm making here is that as a general rule, Pokemon do not look at Japanese sets and start taking some of these cards out and moving them to make smaller, easier to collect sets. That is not something that Pokemon tend to do at all. So yes, having 76/78 of the super rare cards and above, call them what you will, is clearly a huge amount. And I've heard a whole bunch of people who have basically said over the past couple of days, as people have started to talk about this, well, they'll take some out, obviously. Why? Like I say, when I'm looking at this kind of topic, I tend to, and this is what you do in business, right? I teach business professionally. What you want to do in business is you look at the past actions of a company to try and predict future behavior. And okay, fine, 76 super rares and above is ridiculous and is way higher than we used to. I admit that entirely. Yes, this is unusual. I completely understand. But as it stands at the moment, the argument I'm basically seeing from people is they have to because there's too many. No, they don't. Like I say, they have moved them in the past, but outside of Marnie, which is still a mystery, although having said that, I told you yesterday there is a special Marnie collection coming, so maybe that's not really a mystery anymore, maybe that's just the answer. They do this to enhance other sets. The Alchemies got taken out to make Champion's Path better. The Charizard V got taken out to make Champion's Path better. In fact, except for Marnie, all they've done is take 3 super rares and above from other sets and whack them into Champion's Path to make Champion's Path a better set. And Marnie seems to be taken out for its own box. That's it. So don't expect Pokemon to put 40 secret rares in this set and find somewhere else to put the other 36. Now, there is another option here. The other option is they just go a little bit off script. Because if we go away from the super rares and just look at the set list as a whole, there are 95 cards in Silver Lance and 95 cards in Jet Black Poltergeist. That makes 190 cards in total. There are also 96 cards in Matchless Fighters, which makes 286 cards, including secret rares. That is huge. Now, as it stands at the moment, the biggest Pokemon TCG set ever in English, including secret rares, is actually a tie between Unified Minds and Cosmic Eclipse. And they both came in at 236 cards. Which, again, is clearly a fairly ridiculous amount of cards. 236 is absolutely gigantic. As it stands at the moment, if we just take these cards from the Japanese sets and whack them into Chilling Reign, which is generally what we tend to do, we end up with 286. That is 50 cards above the biggest set ever. So what we basically have here is two conclusions. Conclusion number one, don't just randomly assume they're going to start taking a whole bunch of super rare cards out of the set, because that is not the way Pokemon tend to operate. They generally take the Japanese sets, they whack them into the English set, job's a good un. However, we are heading into a set which, not just for secret rares, but generally is going to be ludicrously big. 50 cards bigger than any set we've ever had before. With more secret rares than we've ever had before. And it is the 25th anniversary of Pokemon this year. So could there be an extra set? Now, we are expecting an anniversary set in October. We have no idea what it's going to look like, but we are expecting it to happen. But we have already had Shining Fates. So what's the deal here? Are we going to see a complete departure from what Pokemon have done before, where they take some of these cards and actually put them into Sword and Shield 7, a set beyond Chilling Reign? Are we going to see some of these cards ending up being put in the 25th anniversary set? Are we going to see both of that, i.e. some of these cards will be pushed into Sword and Shield 7, and some of those cards are going to be pushed into the anniversary set? Maybe a whole bunch of cards from Eevee Heroes ends up being put in the anniversary set because people love Eevees. And then a bunch of cards that should have been in Chilling Reign get put in Sword and Shield 7 instead of the Eevee cards which got moved to the anniversary set. The answer is we don't know. Saying Pokemon have to or will is silly at this stage, because if we look at the past actions of Pokemon, then that tells us they are just going to take these free Japanese sets and mash them into Chilling Reign. That is the way Pokemon have basically always done things. But there is something going on here, because if this carries on like expected, and that is what we should expect until we hear otherwise, let's be clear, Chilling Reign is going to be a ridiculous set in terms of size, in terms of secret rares, and it is going to get just a little bit silly. I, for one, cannot wait to find out. Remember, the release date is June the 18th, so we are a couple of months away. But I want to know your predictions, I want to know your thoughts, so let me know in the comment section. Go nuts, be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCG Radio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all that good stuff, head on over to patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can do exactly that. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.